All right, we continue our look at the weekend of racing as we look ahead from a Friday perspective to Sunday, and it is back to Peter Maritzburg, Scottsville as our venue for an 8-race program. Another decent card put together, and it is off at 12:30 with that first of 8. And of course, at this juncture, extend our congratulations to our tipster Gary John Citron. On Wednesday, he tipped a very useful pick six, which came through and showed a very, very good profit indeed. Now let's look ahead to Sunday, and of course the betting for that first and Friday that shows the 8 Good Living. Paul Lafferty, Muzieni, and trainer Johnny Finlayson at 12 to 5, 7 to 2. The 3 Real War, the 11 I Salute You, 15 to 4, 7s and better. Talking about I Salute You, well, we salute you for that very good pick six selection on a Wednesday. Unfortunate with the dead heat, as you suggested to me on Wednesday. But that's another day. Let's look ahead.
Yes, morning, Cecil, and morning to the public. Just looking at the first race here, I really like Good Living here. It's the drop down to the 1200. I think is going to be absolutely perfect for it. It's got decent enough form to definitely be in the top two. There's one also I want to touch on, Cosmic Captain. It came back to the grass and it ran a really good race behind Silver Savage. On a collateral form, if you're looking for a little bit of value, in that race, Cosmic Captain did beat Night Rocker, and Good Living ran behind Night Rocker. So on that form, there is a little bit of value in this Cosmic Captain. I know it's putting up some good work, and obviously with the drop back in trip with Good Living, I know it could have finished closer to Night Rocker, if not beat it. So I'm in the camp of number 8 and 13 here. I do give number 11 a small chance. It's got really nice form, but I see the race 8, 13, 11.
Thank you very much. And those are your numbers in that first leg of the bipod. 12:30, be reminded, is the first leg of the bipod, the first to get underway. And that outlay is 108 Rand. All right, so we get on to the PA, which starts race number 2. We have a scratching, and that's a 5 Nantes Festival, leaving us a field of a 12 in this maiden plate. That'll be over the 1,200 meters. Off time is a 1:05. And the early betting at this juncture, we've got the 11 My Boy Lollipop Overdue. 12 to 5, the 13 to 1 Scotch, 5 to 2, 10 to 1 the 7 Rototo. It is 10 to 1 about the 8 Green Mile, is 11s and better, bar those quoted run as well. Name that did catch my eye when it had its first run was One Scotch, Mr. Citron, but I didn't believe it could actually run a crack of a race, which it did, behind Lunar Luck. That is the 13, and currently at 12 to 5. With, in fact, it's now 5 to 2 with the 11 My Boy Lollipop, your outright favorite, at 12 to 5. How are you going to play that first leg of the PA? Are you going to go the safe route, or you've got an aggressive play?
Cecil, I think I've gone the safe route with 2 horses. I know it seems a bit aggressive, but this horse, My Boy Lollipop, it's been ultra consistent.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, its run to Mapaka was not a bad run. Henry Harvey, there's been a few winners out of. And then obviously, One Scotch, I think Muzi could ride the double, the first and the second race. I think it was a ran behind a really nice sort. It did get beaten easily. If you're looking for some value in this race, number 10, Boom Shakalaka. I left it out my PA, but put it in my bar pots. I see a lot of value in this horse. I think first time out in Cape Town, it ran an absolute cracker behind Banner. There was a few nice horses in there. World of Pleasure, Impact Investor, Lead the Charge. So, I mean, on that form line there, I think at 12 to 1, this horses might be worth a nibble.
Yeah, you pick out a nice little value bet there. 22.6 was the 400 to finish time, and certainly shouldn't be left to run alone. But 11 and 13, My Boy Lollipop, and One Scotch, in an ideal world, should see us through that first leg. 144 Rand is the outlay, 1:05. It's your off time to race 2. It is an international break, I think, in most jurisdictions that fall under FIFA. This is this weekend, but lots of opportunities to get involved in bets internationals, albeit friendlies, but lots of chances to get involved in those bets on courtesy of Betway. Right, let's talk about the racing continuing at Hollywood Bets of Scottsville. We've had an important scratching come through. I say important because it is the first time I was to race debut in the colours of the Blue Sky Thoroughbreds for Fricking Railing, and that is Queen of the Air. Was it around 9-2? So the betting for now has been suspended, but just giving you a guide as to who was at the top of the boards. It's the 9 Blind Speed at around 3-1 before the scratching. 11 Yellow Jacket was at 4-1. Number 12 Long Street was at 9-2. It's 11-1 and a better bar those. So Gary John, Queen of the Air. From a pick six perspective, either way, have it in or have it not, that is a fine. But would that have been integral to your PA or your jackpot, the bipot which started in race one?
Cecil, no, I never had the scratching in my bets. But I'll tell you something. I know they think a lot about that first time. It's well related. My friend actually bred it, so it would have had ability. I just don't add first timers into my pick sixes because of the pick six rule. I'd rather if it gets beaten and my horse runs second, I stay in. So of course it doesn't really affect me one bit.
Okay, so give us your thoughts then. Race number 3, pick six, you've gone wide.
Yes, in my pick six, I've gone wide. Yeah, I've gone field. I think it's an open race. There's a lot of horses that have chances here. I'm not too sure what to expect. But in my PA and my bar pots, I do like number 9, Blind Speed. I see it has Yellow Jacket held and there's not much in it. But Blind Speed is on the improve. So I'd have to lean towards that. And then also just talking about Twilight Bay. I think this horse is an improver. Miller Yard's always there and about. I'm sure this horse will come on with the extra 200 meters. And if I'm not mistaken, there was a winner out that form line, Ayumi. So I have healthy respect for number 2 and number 9.
Yui, yeah, that was the winner recently. So that is the story of race at number 3. As mentioned, the first timer has been scratched. He's still gone the field. He hasn't altered at all because he would have left the first timer out because he was guaranteed a passage even if Queen of the Air had to come through to win first time out. All right, a bet we haven't mentioned this morning, and it is just about the right time. I should have done it at the beginning because I know that the man on the phone or on Skype is certainly one who had a bet for us already prepared, and that is the million jackpot. Gary John, we did mention it earlier on, so if you could just quickly give me those numbers for those who do watch the show in its entirety, you may be able to take advantage. So where are the 7 winners starting in race 2?
So in race 2, it's going to be number 13.
13.
In race 3, it's going to be number 9.
Yes.
In race 4, number 2.
Number 2, Bella's Pablo.
In race 5, it's going to be number 10, Johnny the Thief.
Race 6.
Race 6, number 10, Luna Cam.
Race 7.
Race 7, it's going to be number 8, Shanta's Pride.
And race 8.
In race 8, it's going to be number 10, Now I Got You.
Right, one of those you have to nominate as a possible place getter. You're not that confident as far as the all 7 winners coming through. So you're given that latitude, or 8, the last 7 runners. I think it's race 7 winners or 8 winners. So race 1, you would have gone with what? Race 1?
Race 1, I would have gone with Good Living.
Okay, Good Living. So which one of those are you least enamored to?
Race 7, number 8, Charter's Pride.
Okay, so that could be the place. But I should have asked at the beginning, but those who do see the show on YouTube will take advantage of that. Right, let's touch on quickly. You're a banker. It's a bank in the pick 6 and bank in the first leg of the jackpot, Pablo's Pride, in race number 4.
Yes,
Bella's Pablo, rather.
Yes, Cecil. Bella's Pablo. I think this form line is way superior to this bunch. There's been a lot of winners out of its last form line. Red Mountain, Intuitive Spirit, and I mean, this was beat them by 9 and 10 lengths, Bellows Pablo. I do know it was on the poly. If you go to its run back to the turf, it did beat Intuitive Spirit. And if you look at some of the dangers in this race, like Magic Hat Trick, I mean, it's got it held because Intuitive Spirit did come out and beat it. I really think this horse will get it right today. I'm very, very strong on Bellows Pablo. It is my best bet. And at 5-2, I think it's definitely worth it.
Thank you so much, Gary John. That is the perm costing you 75 Rand. A reminder that number 11, Turf Guru, is scratched in race number 4. On we go. It's the start of the second jackpot. We're into the second half of an 8-race program, and this is a merit rated 76 over the 1750. The 5 Global Movement, who ran over course and distance last time out and not disgraced, a third, 3.5 lengths behind African Dusk. That is at 9-2. 11-2 about the 7 Velelo. 13-2 about numbers of 3 Aberdeen, and the 11 Lucretius is also at 13-2. Sevens and better, right? You've gone pretty wide in that first leg of the second jackpot. You've left out the 5 Global Movement, Mr. Gary John.
Yes, Cecil. I'm not too convinced on this horse's form line. I mean, it's had a few runs recently. I really feel this form line isn't strong enough to win it. I could be wrong. I'm obviously just speaking on Master of Destiny. I know it's an 8-year-old. It did win really well last time in a decent field, but just going back to its previous form to Madison Valley and Spelling Bee, those were absolutely great runs. A lot of winners out of there. My first choice in this race is Johnny the Thief, number 10. The run to Natjam coming off a rest was an absolute cracker. You go back there, Blackberry Malt come out to run second, Zacco come out to win, Pirate Prince come out to win. I had to lean towards number 10. I see a lot of value in it. And then don't forget the run before that to Flagman. I honestly feel this horse, Johnny the Thief, at its price is definitely worth a bet. I'm strong here with 6 and 10. Just letting the public know, number 9, French Trip, has beaten Nocturnal Flight comfortably in Cape Town before. So I do think number 9 will finish in front of number 12 in this race.
Thank you very much. And of course, 11-1 could be thievery if you go with the form lines that have just been highlighted by Gary John. That is the first leg of the second jackpot. The outlay, 150 Rand. All right, so we move on to the last chance to get involved in a pick 3. That is a race number 6 of the Follow Gold Circle on Facebook. Pinnacle Stakes over the 1,000 meters. And we've had the scratching of the outside of the 5 kgs delight recently come through. We're recording on a Friday for Sunday. But at a decent price still, not the 50-1 that was available on Gold Cup night, is the number 10, Luna Cam. That's at 92. But your favorite is the winner first time out. In fact, it's a co-favorite. And that is Luhamba Pambili in the colors of the Hollywood. Right. 9-2, the fielder, Mr. Gary John. What are we going to do in race 6, that is?
Cecil, my clear first choice here is Luna Cam. I think it's got the best form in the race. It ran behind King of the Gauze. It was drawn 9 at Greyville. King of the Gauze is probably one of the best sprinters around at the moment. It also has Don Kuari, Held, and Pray for Rain. I think this form line is way more superior than this bunch. And also, it runs at Scottsville. It's probably a better horse at Scottsville. If you actually look on paper, there's nothing wrong whether it runs at Greyville or at Scottsville. It runs a good race, either or, and it's super consistent. Just touching on number 7, Luamba Pambile. It never beat much first time out, but the second horse, Leon's Web, which was a stable companion. Its first run in Cape Town was to Sweetie Darling, so that was quite a strong run. But the way this Luamba Pambile won last time, I was super, super impressed with it. I think this could be the danger to Luna Cam, but I'm very strong here with number 10, Luna Cam.
All right, Tristan Gordon stays aboard. 7 rides for 2 wins, 2 seconds, a third, and a fourth aboard Luna Cam, race number 6. I think this PA is worth venturing, Mr. Gary John, as well as a pick 6, 9-2 the field once again, race number 7. This is a Fillies and Mares 78. You've got co-favorites in the form of numbers 2, Fief's Choice, and recent winner number 6, Lady Elliott, both at 9-2. It's 11-2 about the 5 Emerald Green, 13-2, and a better bar those. Right, it is race 7. I actually have a horse here that I'd ask you about, Colorado Creek, and what you think the progress has been since relocating. The 4 obviously used to be with Brett Crawford here on the high foal to beat a more stable, fancied stable companion first time out, but eventually that was put to right. But there is ability there, and what chance on Friday?
Cecil, I think this Colorado Creek is a big runner. This is also a very, very open race. It's a very tough one to dissect. But this horse, Colorado Creek, I fancy it to reverse the form on Emerald Green. I know that's a big statement to make, but just going back to its earlier form to when it beat Dolces about 2 lengths, White Pearl 5.2 lengths, those aren't bad runs. And even the run before to Gorgeous Girl, that was also a great run. If I'm not mistaken, Perilla's come out to win twice from there. So Colorado Creek has to go in my opinion. Just talking on another horse, Rafif's Choice. I've backed it, I think, the last 3 times it's run. I've always liked this horse. I really hope it can try get it right today. But it's also looking like a brass because there's a few seconds there and thirds, but it's run against pretty much the same all the time. Maybe today it can put its head down on the line for a change. And then just touching on Chance's Pride, this horse, in my opinion, has the best form in the race. It's super consistent. That run to Pretty Victory, I remember that day, it was very, very unlucky. And then also the run to Peyton's there was a great run. I'm willing to ignore its last 2 runs. I think it's better than it. And then also Lucrative. I know its last run, well, it was a good run, 6 lengths behind Ukubeda Bazana. There's been 3 winners from that form line. I know Emerald Green was in there and beat it. But coming back to Scottsville and the way it won that day at Scottsville over the 1200 was very impressive in my eyes. So that can definitely pop up in my opinion.
Right, exacta box, the 2, 4, and 8 to race number 7. Thank you very much, Gary John. That is the first leg of the last double. All right, let's get to that lucky last. That is Betway sponsored Weighted to Win, giving you that Bright Future Merit Weight at 76, and that's over the 1200 meters. Off at 16 at 35. Of course, the quartet's always the best bet in these races. And the betting also tells you that it is a race where if you get it right, it could be the right one. Number 6, Tea Time Triple, 5-1, 6-1, and better bar those, the 6 ones being the 13 Music is Life and the 14 Copper John. Now, as far as the favorite itself, 6 Tea Time a triple at 5-1, hasn't looked back, took 9 goes to break that maiden, but since that victory at the 9th time of asking, hasn't looked back at all. Maybe that 1500 a bridge too far last time out, back in at 1200. Gary John, I think this could be just the icing on the cake, and we could see another victory for Tea Time Triple.
Cecil, I think you're absolutely spot on here. The drop back to the 1200 is absolutely perfect for this horse. When I know it came off a rest last time, and I watched the replay, the 1500, it was just a bit too far for it. You could see it stopped. It was right up there. But nonetheless, in that race to Officer in Command, there were some really good sorts. Officer in Command come out to win again. I mean, Command Pilot was in there down by the river, New Mexico. It was an absolute great comeback run. Then the previous run to Strathclyde, I mean, it did beat Ross Codes that was in there, and also Apache Sun come out to win. So Tea Time Temple is definitely a massive runner. It's also priced up nicely. I've taken a stand in all my bets. I've gone 6 and 10. I made my value bet for the day. Now I got you. I just feel if this horse was to come back to its best, it can definitely beat this field. I think the 1200 is right. Its last run wasn't a bad run to Bourbon Warrior, but the run to the Shepherd was a very good run. The Shepherd did come out to beat Strathclyde, if I'm not mistaken, a couple of days ago. And in there was also Spinning Be It Beat, which come out to win, and also Saw Bomber come out to win. So I'm healthy respect for Now I Got You. If you guys are looking to add one more horse, I think it would be Siberian Winter. Um, its run to Quid Pro Quo was a great run, 16.7 lengths Quid Pro Quo, draw 10 at Greyville. I know I've left it out, but if you guys do feel the need to add this horse number 11 in.
Gary John, you've been a fine voice. A very good morning to you and a good afternoon on Sunday.